KJ, are you gonna watch the game?
No.
I want you to watch KJ.
No.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL.
Oh yeah, two elite quarterbacks in the league.
Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks
Yep.
who will be trying to lead their team to
Nice
victory.
and
It's the Vikings
snowy.
going up against the Bills. With that, let's send you up to Orchard Park in Western
Ooh,
New
Minnesota's
York,
gonna get the
where
ball
we say
to
hello
start
to our
off the ball game.
commentators, Brandon Godden and
Wait,
Charles
what's
Davis.
the
All right,
teams?
Larry, EA Sports
I don't know, you have
coverage
to,
of the National
actually
Football
come in and
League
watch the
is
game.
on the air. Coming up, we've got a good
No,
matchup
too
on
much
tap
work.
between the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills.
How do you play cover 0?
Gotta kick it off, Angry.
What we can see of the ball appears to be teed up and ready
it's
to
the
go.
game, not me.
And we are underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Brandon Tate. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, my PS
on first,
membership.
and that'll make it second down. All right, let's take a look at the offensive starters and the second-round pick out of USC. One to talk about, Robert Woods.
I think a lot of people thought maybe he was ticketed for stardom coming out of USC. Has always been a great route runner. Much more of a complimentary receiver, but they could utilize that in a...
Robinson out. They always start Robinson. I'm gonna put fucking Daniel Hunter in. I don't know why he's a higher overall. I don't know why he couldn't start him out the gate.
big way and have him open up things in the middle.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Forced out to his left. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive.
Cam rushing you right now? Alright.
Unfolded.
No, they were making progress.
I don't mean
they
to
weren't
rush you or
exactly in
anything.
high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've caulked it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. About 3 yards there to the 27. Couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact. Also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I never bet against him.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run with Peterson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Here's the 11 starters on defense for Buffalo. And the new coaching staff really coming in. They can look at two numbers, kind of yin and yang. They're good against the pass, 6th in the league, 29th, though, against the run.
Well, if you look at this new coaching staff that has taken over in Buffalo and trace their past, it starts with them stopping the run because they are a very aggressive, blitz-happy type of a group, but it only begins with stopping the run first. So I expect that number to improve in 2017 for Buffalo.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense bring some extra pressure here? And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Forbath will put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there.
And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And last time they
who's breathing so hard?
led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's down.
Dinosaur face looking
NFL defensive tackle, not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
So ways to go here.
I thought somebody would yell on the mic just to say that to me.
Taylor now off the bootleg. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there,
definitely not one.
That's winning football.
Oh, it's probably one of KJ's friends.
Hey, Peso, you chicken face bastard.
Here we go on 4th down with Taylor. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big-time play there on 4th and 10. 53 yards.
Yo, get the fuck out of our party, boy.
Hey, you fucking retard. Lower, make the party private.
Hey, look, this fucking,
Back to the ground with McCoy.
look, this fucking internet fucked up. We keep leaving it coming.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run him.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Yo, let's go.
Touchdown, Buffalo. And that's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took him a lot of plays.
There we
but
go.
hey,
I like that.
And the
I like
defense
that.
always preaches getting off the field, making a play,
I like
and turning
that.
it back over to their own
We
offense.
dominated that drive.
Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by
That's
the
not what the
offense.
scoreboard says.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
That'll be a play. I hate it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
I like that closing speed.
I'm gonna get Terrence Newman out of there. I'm gonna put him in the slot. That's where I like him. He can play good slot. Not a good fucking.
I mean, he's a playmaker.
He's a gamer. He's a baller. He's a playmaker.
You know, for this Vikings team, as they come back out here on offense, I don't know that any group had more of a roller coaster ride than them in the 2016 season. The quarterback change at the beginning, the hot start, and then the cold middle. It was just a tough year for them, wasn't it?
It really was, and when you look at how their season went, you mentioned the roller coaster. A lot of it can come back to the injuries, especially along the offensive line. I think by around October, maybe even early November, I'm surprised you and I didn't get a call to go audition to be a left tackle there because they were just down so many guys. So that made it difficult to run the ball and to protect Sam Bradford, their quarterback, and it reflected in their final record.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And that will be caught.
Nope.
But out of bounds. Out of bounds.
Good call, ref. Good call.
Incomplete
Good
here.
call. Home field advantage. I like that.
Rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball. But I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And complete. Right side
Good
to
shit.
tight end
Way to hold him.
Rudolph. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football.
Please go
and
for
we'll
it.
see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try.
If it's blocked.
He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Forbath will put this one
That's
through.
right. We still
and
got the
they'll
lead.
get
I
it
love
back
it.
within a point at 7-6. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here come the Bills. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Here's Taylor. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
Ah, bullshit.
Flash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Come on.
Picked off by the former first-rounder
bullshit.
Trey
Trey Wayne's
Waynes.
trash.
And now out comes Minnesota. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
I mean, you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So 2nd and 10 here. They come out here in the eye. On second down, Peterson trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Couple of Bills team up to bring him down there.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic?
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A very nice pickup
Hey,
of
fellas,
33
quick question.
yards.
There will always be a place for methodically
so.
marching the ball
Yeah.
downfield. But when you can pick it up
Any
in
of you
big
play
chunks
Ultimate Team?
and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance,
I
that'll
do not
drive a team
understand
towards victory.
Ultimate Team at all. No.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
That's how
But
basketball
I often think that
is too.
2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Throwing, Bradford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll
Wow,
take them.
he's
Anytime
right
you
there.
put
You
anything
could always
on
put him in
board,
the game.
You run to your sideline, somewhat happy.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. He'll buy some time right. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Bradford rolling to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
On 3rd down, Bradford completing it to the right side. Johnson. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Why didn't you just chew clock? Oh, good old Madden.
And Forbath will put this one through, and that will push the lead up to 12-7. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Give them 13 on the pickup there. And the Bills are going to have a 1st down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Flushed out right. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Taylor, going up top. And that is caught, one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now it's Taylor. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Good shit.
Carpenter knocks it through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Onside kick for the win. Super Bowl 44.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A very interesting call.
I thought I got it
that
at first, and I saw him break free, and I'm like,
losing Charles
nah,
DeBoer
he
to
ain't
start
gonna
the
break
second
all the way.
half with the onside kick risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it.
You're right.
And that came
You're right.
together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Play action for Peterson. Now here's Bradford out to his left. That is caught at the 7. And they do
Let's
get
go.
him down,
Let's
but
go.
he's
Bullshit
inside
tackles.
the 5 all the way
I
to
like
the
it.
3.
On any given pass play, you never
thought you said
know
you were gonna
exactly
sub
where your
in,
exit points are going to
Bridgewater.
be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll run for it with Peterson.
That's all right.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson.
Don't miss
a
it.
3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to add on to
That
their
was close.
lead.
We're hugging that goal
And
post.
he's got it up and through.
Yep.
Forbat to send it
Forbat.
away now following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they...
He's got a man complete. A big
saw you
play
coming.
there. Taylor to Watkins. And even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
As a defender, you're eager to be involved in every play. So when the action goes away from you, a lot of times you run after the ball. But in this case, what a terrific job by the defender staying home and taking care of his responsibilities.
Here's a carry now for Mike Gillisley. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Oh my God. Okay, so Trey Waynes can catch a bullshit
there in the second half. Instead, it's
Gilmore can't catch that. Okay.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Bradford to throw it. Out to the flat. That's complete.
Let's go.
Running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Bradford. And he will find his man on the outside.
That's all right. That's all right.
Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. That goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is. And
oh, my God. Come on.
25. And he finally goes down,
come on, one of the worst teams in the NFL.
reaching
Come on
the 21. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, here's a run with Peterson.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
So far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Peterson alone in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here.
There we go.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this seemingly endless drive continues. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerry.
Oh my God, bullshit.
He will take this one into
hey, it's all right. Hey, we'll still win. Don't worry. We're good. We're good.
Jarek McCammon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bradford going to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
We'll go for 2-2.
Format to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get
all you got to do, just swerve.
A lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
I mean, it's halfback dive.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Let's go. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That is knocked away and incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time.
Damn.
And it's second down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go! On third down, Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And an acrobatic catch there by Watkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
What a catch.
Sammy Watkins, 51 yards. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Taylor going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I think it's the first kickoff where it wasn't like a gimme touchdown.
They'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Catches it for a good 10 seconds, then drops it.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Bradford. They shakes him off. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Bradford. Eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out.
Good call, ref. Good call.
And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And now out come the Bills. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though. So
oh, my God.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
Right, good shit, good shit.
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Gillisley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Again, it's McCoy. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
They'll see if they can pick it up here with a fullback Felton. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try and run it with McCoy. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal with the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try again with McCoy.
Oh, come on.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
That's bullshit.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that
no.
happen.
That's bullshit. Come on.
Picked off by Harrison
Hey, it's all right.
Smith.
We got 3 timeouts. They can't move the ball on our defense.
Get
We're
the
good.
football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
Let's go.
So how about the guy with the number 1
Got that 2-minute
headset
warning.
on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Play action for Peterson. Now here's Bradford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That
Gets
catch
him
good
out of
for
bounds.
5. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a
What
successful
Russian
play, doesn't it?
thinking?
How about that play
Why
action
would he
there?
go out of
Freezing
bounds?
the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Bradford. They'll roll him out right. And he's got Kyle Rudolph.
All right, steps out of bounds. That's
and
fine.
he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They run again with Peterson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So it'll be first down here after the run. Carry number 20 now for Peterson. And he'll take it inside. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining.
Damn, we should have won this game by at least 30.
6 yards to go here on second down.
This was too easy.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Ooh. Hey, Adrian Peterson, sit down. Sit down. Sit down, AP. You old. You old.
Calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Extra DB.
And Bradford showing a little frustration. He's going to turn and call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
You gonna try to go for the long field goal?
Time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Says your fake field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
Man. It's a fake. It's a fake. I know it's a fake. I bet you you're gonna make it. I bet you you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it, and you're gonna be like, "Well, I didn't know that he can make it."
Play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Running for it. Here's Peterson. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Adrian Peterson as good as they come, but here
interesting play call by Coach Angry Russian.
And the Bills are going to get the
now, how will the
football
fan base
back.
react to that call?
One last shot for Taylor. Surveying the field. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, pass interference.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Yeah, Watkins. If you get a pick 6, you're the GOAT.
And he will be out of bounds here.
Good game.
With zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal.
You know what? I didn't even put Drew Bledsoe into the game.
You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones, but at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5
You know what? While
plays
we're at
are
it,
gonna
I didn't
be the
even put
ones you
O.J.
focus
Simpson
on,
in the game.
and that last play was one of them. The last shot
Scott
had to
Norwood
take
would've
it,
won it for me,
and they
man.
came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
Yeah, I'm tired. Peace out, guys.